I'm Maryland Governor Larry Hogan, and on behalf of the people of a proud state, I want to extend our most sincere congratulations to the class of 2020. The COVID-19 pandemic has required all of us to make incredible sacrifices, including our graduating seniors. This is certainly not the graduation day that any of you anticipated or hoped for, but it in no way lessens your accomplishments or diminishes your achievements. Instead, I hope that this moment in our history serves as a reminder to all of you to always expect the unexpected and don't get thrown off course when obstacles appear from out of nowhere. In life, there are going to be things that you can plan for and work toward, and there will be some challenges that you will see coming, but there are also going to be things that take you completely by surprise. Things that will hit you from out of nowhere and that will test your strength, your will, and your character. It's during those times of adversity and uncertainty that it is more important than ever to remember to stay true to who you are, keep people around you who make you a better person, and keep you grounded. And always stay positive. Together, we are going to defeat this deadly virus. And because of the talent and dedication of the members of the class of 2020, I am incredibly optimistic that the state of Maryland will soon return stronger and better than ever. Congratulations, stay safe, and may God bless you all.
Hello, I'm Stewart Edelstein, Executive Director of the Universities at Shady Grove and Associate Vice Chancellor for the University System of Maryland. The annual graduation celebration is always the highlight of the year for all of us at USG. This is our opportunity to come together to honor and congratulate USG students who are graduating with undergraduate or graduate degrees from our partner universities. The graduation celebration is always a very special event, filled with joy, anticipation, and overwhelming pride in the accomplishments of our graduates who are moving forward in their lives. But this year, even though we can't be together in one place due to the COVID-19 crisis, I think the graduation celebration may be even more extraordinary. The current situation we all find ourselves in proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that USG students are unstoppable, relentless, resilient. I'm speaking to every one of the graduates because you are remarkable and you are our future. I recognize that this is a particularly challenging time for new graduates, but I am confident that your perseverance and determination will help to propel you into your career path or the next phase of your educational journey. If you need any assistance, please know that USG and your home universities are here to help you. I will be retiring later this year, so the 2020 USG graduation celebration will be my last one as Executive Director. It has been a privilege for me to serve USG for 18 years. I can honestly say that I've learned firsthand about how much education changes lives from the many students who I have had the pleasure to know over the years, including those from this year's class. Like all of you, I'm disappointed that we are not able to celebrate in person. I wish that we could be together so that I could see the pride in your faces and in those of your families, your professors, and the USG staff. At this time, I am filled with admiration and happiness, knowing that no matter how many challenges you have had to overcome, including a global pandemic, you persisted, you achieved, and you will continue to achieve. So yes, this is not the usual way to celebrate, but even if we had no choice but to make it a virtual celebration, it does not change one bit in terms of its importance, and it does not take away from the achievement of earning your degree. You and those who have been with you on this journey are to be celebrated, just as we would have in normal times, but perhaps even more so given that you accomplished your goal in spite of a pandemic. That's pretty extraordinary. USG is home for the most dedicated, diverse, and driven students that you will find anywhere. Many of you will become leaders of our community and use your degrees and skills to work in vital fields such as nursing, life sciences, social work, pharmaceutical science, computer science, education, psychology, public policy, criminal justice, business, construction, hospitality, and many, many more. I don't think of a period in our lifetime when your skills, talents, and grit are going to be so important to our country and world. This year, nearly 1,000 students at USG will become graduates of one of the following universities: Bowie State University, Salisbury University, Towson University, University of Baltimore, University of Maryland, Baltimore, UMBC, University of Maryland College Park, University of Maryland Eastern Shore, and University of Maryland Global Campus. All of you have earned your degrees directly from these distinctive universities in the programs they offer at USG. You all share a common experience of having been an integral part of the richly diverse and vibrant campus community that is USG. I believe this makes you even more special. We know, you share our values of service, leadership, giving back, and creating opportunity, which you take with you as graduates. I'll be back in a little later to wrap up our virtual graduation celebration, but for now, it's on to the good stuff. It's time for you to hear from some of the graduates and guest speakers and to join us in this celebration of the class of 2020 at USG.
Hello, and thank you for joining us on this first ever virtual graduation celebration. I'm greatly honored to have been chosen as a student speaker for this year's graduation celebration. For those who do not know me, my name is Jorge Torres, and I'm a proud first-generation college student from the University of Maryland College Park Biological Sciences program. It is no secret that the University at Shady Grove is like a home to me. Some of you may have seen me studying in the new Biomedical Science and Engineering building or walking to class. And I will admit, I've spent too much time in the library. I know that many of you have worked incredibly hard to celebrate this milestone with your classmates and family. Who would have thought that the coronavirus would have us celebrating these milestones from home? Every day, there are new tragic headlines about the coronavirus, also known as COVID-19. For those of you who have family members or loved ones struck by this virus, my prayers are with you. All the hard work and long hours studying have led to this moment, to finally graduating and receiving our diplomas at our respected universities. And I would be lying if I said I was not a little afraid of the future, even more so on these uncertain times. However, I believe doing something you're not quite ready for is a sign of maturity. Many of you have great aspirations and know what you would like to accomplish. For those of you who are not quite sure what is next, know that there is no script in life and that you have many amazing things you can contribute to this world. I hope we all spend time reflecting on the experiences and the people who made this journey possible. I would like to share some of my own personal reflections. To my classmates, I'm thankful to have spent the last 2 years studying, laughing, and crying over exams with you. The camaraderie and trust that grew between us is something I'm incredibly thankful for. My classmates will definitely disagree, but my fondest memories are the countless hours we spent together trying to finish our lab reports late at night. Knowing that we could count on each other when the going got tough meant the world to me. During my time at the universities at Shady Grove, I held several academic and student leadership positions, such as guided study session leader for biochemistry, teaching assistant for cell biology, and vice president of the American Society for Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. However, I was not always as strong of a student. I struggled with the English language growing up, and I got held back in second grade. I failed my high school physics class. I like to think I'm no longer the shy kid who struggled with their multiplication tables, even though I still take out my calculator occasionally. My journey is not about my triumphs or my GPA. It is about how I got here today and where I started as an immigrant child. Growing up, I did not consider college as an option. I believed that manual labor was the height of my abilities. It was with the help of 4 incredible people that I realized I was capable of so much more. The people who had a profound impact on my life are my parents, Jorge Torres and Eva Romo, my first employer, Amal Bertrand, and my CEO coach, Melissa Herrera. At 15 years old, I went to work with my father. In the summer, we replaced roof tiles, and in the winter, we shoveled snow in residential areas. However, I did not once think it was my father's way of punishing me. Instead, I considered it his way of preparing me for the future. My parents, who knew very little about the U.S. education system, wanted to instill a strong work ethic that would serve me greatly in the future. I will always be grateful for my amazing parents. I'm grateful for their love, kindness, wisdom, and sacrifice. It was on a summer day that I met Amal Bertrand. My father and I were repainting an outdoor deck, but she caught a glimpse of me working. She was shocked to see me, a 16-year-old, remodeling her house. She immediately offered me water and asked about my aspirations. After getting to know me, she insisted that I leave my father and work in her law firm in Wheaton, Maryland. There, I spent the next 4 years working as a legal assistant every weekend. Ms. Bertrand made sure I did well in school by regularly checking my grades and occasionally scolding me if she thought I could have done better. Thank you, Amal Bertrand, for helping me see my own potential. Her mentorship guided me to enroll at Montgomery College. Choosing Montgomery College was an easy decision. I was already in the Achieving Collegiate Excellence and Success program, ACES, which meant that I had access to equitable opportunities, scholarships, and individualized academic coaching. It was because of ACES and the generosity of Miss Mary Pat that I received a full ride scholarship to earn my bachelor's. Miss Pat, I will forever be thankful to you because you allowed me to enjoy the full experience of college without the financial stress. At Montgomery College, I met Melissa Herrera. Ms. Herrera is a career readiness coach for the Career Experience Opportunities program within ACES. She has helped me connect with professionals in the dental field, such as my current mentor, Dr. Rissa Bunog. However, Ms. Herrera does much more than that. She inspires all CEO students to strive for something greater. She has taught us to self-advocate and to inspire the next generation of ACES students. Working with Ms. Herrera over the years, I have witnessed students naturally gravitate towards her because of her kindness and open-mindedness. She has been the support system for many of us in CEO, and I have had my fair share of crying in her office. Thank you, Ms. Herrera, for making us feel welcomed. I'm thankful for having you in my life. All of you have made it to where you are today because you had special people support you throughout your academic journey. During these times of isolation, I know they would love to hear from you, not through a text or email, but through a phone call. Let them know how much they mean to you and how they should be celebrated as well for helping you get here. And that is what this event is for, a celebration for you and your support system. We might not be able to be in person, but we can all reach out and say, congratulations, we did it. To the class of 2020, this more so than ever will be something we will always remember. We may not be able to leave home yet, but when we do, I know we are all going to achieve incredible things. Thank you.
Hello and welcome. My name is Lucia Proctor. Today I am celebrating, alongside with you, the pinnacle of an academic journey. My journey to a bachelor's degree has lasted the better part of a decade. Yes, a decade. And what got me through those 10 years was passion. My passion for education, my own and for future generations, along with some perseverance and plain old stubbornness, has paved the way for me to speak to you today. In a few short weeks, I will be the proud graduate of Towson University's elementary education and special education program and will become an educator right here in Montgomery County, Maryland. Without passion, I would not be here today. Passion is the true driving force behind our journeys. Passion for serving the children in my community in a way that was not extended to me as a child was fundamental to my journey. Passion is what forged my metamorphosis into becoming who I needed when I was a child. I possess an innate need to advocate for children, facilitate their access to education, and to remind them daily that each and every one of them is valued, worthy, and immensely appreciated. Within the USG community, I was able to hone my advocacy skills and spent quite a bit of time building relationships with a beautifully diverse population. My time serving on student council and participating in the leadership series has compounded my passion for serving our community. Our keynote speaker, Senator Will Smith, shares my passion for service and understands the importance of equity in education. Will is a first-generation college student, graduating from the College of William & Mary, then earned his master's degree from Johns Hopkins University and a law degree from William & Mary. After college, Will enrolled in AmeriCorps, where he worked as a community engagement leader for Impact Silver Spring and worked at the ACLU as a legislative assistant. During law school, Will worked at a law firm handling employment discrimination cases. In 2010, Will received a White House appointment to serve as a director at the Department of Homeland Security under President Barack Obama. He currently represents District 20 in the Maryland State Senate, making him the first African American senator from Montgomery County. In the Senate, Will has worked with his colleagues to make college more affordable by freezing tuition and limiting tuition increases in Maryland's public universities. As a result, tuition at Maryland's public colleges went from being 7th most expensive in the nation to 26th least expensive. As a person of color, like many of us are, including myself, our keynote speaker recognized how disproportionately suspensions affect African Americans and children with developmental differences. These suspensions have been shown to lead to 10 times more dropouts and the far more likelihood of becoming entangled in our criminal justice system. He proposed legislation, which became law, that ends this practice and ensures equity in education. His passion for service focuses on our county and state, but also extends to our nation. He is a lieutenant in the United States Navy, serving overseas as recently as last year when he deployed to Afghanistan in support of Operation Freedom's Sentinel. When he returned stateside to his home in Silver Spring, he seamlessly continued to passionately advocate for our community. It is with great pleasure and an incredible honor to introduce our keynote speaker. Please welcome Senator Will Smith.
Thank you, Lucia, and congratulations on earning your bachelor's degree in elementary education. And thank you for your decision to continue giving back to our community through your choice to become an educator here in Montgomery County. And congratulations to all the graduates. Your diligence, hard work, and study have all paid off, and you are now a graduate of a world-class university. Now, the circumstances of this year's graduation are unusual and unprecedented, as is evidenced by the fact that I'm sitting here and addressing you from my home office as opposed to us being together. You've no doubt participated in dozens of family and work Zoom calls. You've probably FaceTimed with loved ones and associates more frequently. And you've probably been physically separated from friends and family like never before. So my message to you today is actually a request. Take a moment and reflect on how much you've accomplished and who helped you get to where you are today. Think about all the sacrifices that were made on your behalf by past generations who kept pushing for the idea that one day someone like you would have the opportunity to excel. And then take the elite education that you've been given here at USG and use it to give back. Whether it's becoming an elementary school teacher, a nurse, or a psychologist, whether it's through politics or business, make sure you give back. We're going to need your skills, your talent, and compassion now more than ever. And I want to take a moment to talk about the times that we're in, or the moment that we're in. The coronavirus has exposed and exploited some of our society's greatest flaws and shortcomings. Today, the well-connected and the wealthy have easy access to testing and the best healthcare options, while those working on the front lines as healthcare providers, for instance, can rarely afford to miss a day at work and have to wait for testing. Those in the service industry continue to labor, risking their lives to provide us with food and services, while the wealthiest among us can afford to shelter in place, sometimes even escaping to second homes. At a time when children must continue their education at home, the digital divide has been exposed like never before. Where some children can access the internet on multiple devices from the comfort of their home, others are forced to share a computer with multiple siblings, huddled together outside of their now shuttered schools to access free internet. In short, the pandemic has exposed how much work we still need to do in order to live up to our aspirations of our founding principles and of all those who have sacrificed along the way to make sure that this world is a better place. This pandemic has also underscored just how interconnected we are, not just locally, but globally. The rapid advancement and spread of the virus is a byproduct of unprecedented international travel and exchange. Our economies, our military exercises, our humanitarian and our diplomatic efforts, our people are more interconnected than ever before. Today, it also seems at times as though the forces that divide us are more powerful than the forces that unite us. Not only here in the United States, but globally. The election of Donald Trump as president of the United States, Marine Le Pen's surge in popularity in France, the emergence of leaders like Norbert Hofer of Austria, Nigel Farage in Britain, and the Dutch Geert Wilders are all examples of how international and national politics and the political landscape has in recent times bent in a more populist and isolationist direction, premised on fear of the other, fear of diversity, fear of internationalism, fear of Muslims, fear of who Langston Hughes called the darker brother, fear of the other, fear of all things we are here at USG, diversity. Now, USG has given you the courage and the character to dream big dreams and the intellectual base to make them a reality. Your professors know who each of you are and care for you deeply. You have not only read history in the books, you've actually lived it. You've been given this holistic, world-class education here at USG. And now as you receive your diplomas and become alumni of your home institutions, you also assume a great responsibility. And that's the responsibility to build and to give back. You, the class of 2020, are simply the best we have to offer. And that is no idle praise. But now you have staggering responsibilities that you never bargained for, and indeed may not want, but which you cannot safely ignore. You have all the tools, and you have the responsibility now to build and to make this world a better place. So today, as you bask in your well-deserved accomplishment, think about all those who have sacrificed and have given back to get you to where you are today. Think about how hard it was for some of those that have gone before us to build for a future that they would never see. As the old adage goes, we drink deeply from the wells of freedom and liberty that we did not ourselves dig, and we eat lavishly from the banquet tables prepared by the loving hands of our ancestors who could scarcely imagine our existence. We owe it to them, and we owe it to the next generation to keep building and to keep giving back. Think about what you want to achieve and how someone else had to build and give back to give you that chance. It is our legacy. Whether your ancestors came over on the Mayflower or the Wanderer, which was the last documented ship to bring over a cargo of African slaves to the United States, whether your parents crossed the border to get here or sailed into the ports of Ellis Island, ours is a history and is a people of building and giving back so that one day someone down the road, like yourself, might have it a little bit better than they did. So today I ask you, as you go out into the world, think about how you can help create a more equitable society, where everyone has an equal chance and an unfettered start in the race of life. We're all counting on you. Now, you all have unique gifts and talents and passions capable of making your community a better place. And I think you'll find that by being a positive force, you'll find peace inside and out. And so I'll leave you with one of my favorite poems by a great American artist and poet, Dale Wimbrough, entitled Man in the Glass. Dale Wimbrough said, "When you get what you want in your struggle for self, and the world makes you king for a day, just go to the mirror and look at yourself and see what that man has to say. For it isn't your father or mother or spouse whose judgment upon you must pass, the fellow whose verdict matters most is the one staring back from the glass. He's the fellow to please. Never mind all the rest, for he's with you, clear to the end, and you've passed your most difficult, dangerous test if the man in the glass is your friend. You may fool the whole world down the pathway of years and get pats on the back as you pass, but your final reward will be heartache and tears if you've cheated the man in the glass. Class of 2020, go forth. Be the proposition generation, and remember not to cheat the person in the glass. Congratulations and Godspeed. Say congratulations. Say congratulations. There you go.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Senator Smith, for your inspirational words. Thank you especially for your criminal justice advocacy as well as your community engagement endeavors. My name is Cheyenne Richardson, and I am the Chair of Events and Initiatives for the USG Graduate Student Association, also known as the GSA. The GSA is a student-led organization that advocates on behalf of graduate and professional students. We host events and activities that enhance the student experience at USG and represent all 8 graduate institutions that have programs on our campus. Some of the highlights of this past year include weekend coffee days, representing the United States at International Night, running an activity during B-Stress Lounge, and attending Advocacy Day in Annapolis. New this year, we hosted the Cheers for Joy movie screening with Special Olympics cheerleaders and conducted fundraisers for Kashmir and A Wider Circle. We are also proud to have participated in the promotion of Graduate Student Professional Development Stipend Awards, which awarded funding to 6 students this academic year. The Graduate Student Association is pleased to present a gift to USG on behalf of graduating graduate and professional students. We have purchased multiple items for the wellness rooms in both Building 3 and 4 to support those who use the space for lactation purposes. We hope that this gift will improve the experience of USG community members for years to come. Congratulations on the completion of your degrees. I understand all the hard work and dedication that it took to get to this point. Special thanks to families, friends, and educators for your continued support. It is my pleasure now to ask USG Student Council President Mikala Braha to share some remarks on behalf of all the undergraduate students at USG and to present the senior class gift. Mikala and I have had the opportunity to work together on many initiatives this past year, and on behalf of the GSA, I would like to thank you for your strong leadership, advocacy, and dedication to USG.
Good evening, families, friends, faculty, and administrators. I hope you're all well and staying safe during this pandemic. I am truly honored to take this time today to applaud the accomplishments of the 2020 graduates and recognize this inclusive and diverse community that we are all a part of. My name is Mikala Braha, and as the USG Student Council President and UMD Institutional Representative, I have worked diligently with my amazing colleagues at USG to advocate, communicate, and understand the needs of our students so that we could learn from one another and grow to meet our full potential as individuals, especially now more than ever. We were honored to represent and serve all of you, and we are happy to report just a few of our accomplishments. Firstly, we created and distributed a transportation survey which 317 students filled out, surpassing the 250 goal to address the short-term and long-term solutions of transportation issues on our campus. We created a TikTok video welcoming students and highlighting some of the services and spaces used by students at USG, which reached 1,221 people and is the most engagement the Student Council page had ever gotten prior to this. We helped raise $624 through 4 different fundraising activities, with the most successful being the first ever Student Council caroling. We are proud to have the funds we raised go towards a Student Involvement Scholarship. We participated in the second ever USG Advocacy Day to Annapolis, where we met senators and delegates and advocated for legislation Senate Bill 355, which would make sure that USG is properly recognized in statute for the state of Maryland, like other universities and institutions of the university system around Maryland. We also worked hand in hand with Dr. E and other administrators during the campus closure and transfer to an online environment to address any concerns and ensure student services were available virtually and emergency assistance options were also present for all our students. We created a social media campaign, Social Media Takeovers, to connect with our students while practicing social distancing. During the span of 3 weeks, we reached 2,025 people and had 918 post engagements. Finally, we encouraged students to create their own leadership legacy by joining the 2020-2021 Student Council. We saw a 50% increase in applications from the previous year, and we had candidates from all institutions represented. At this time, I would like to recognize our graduating USG Student Council members: Vice President Malvina Frimpong, Treasurer Jennifer Cabrera, Secretary Jennifer Orantes, Chair of Events and Initiatives Ebony Jatson, Chair of Advocacy and Outreach Capri Joppy, and our institutional representatives Kwame K, Jasper Dean, Michelle Chen, Julie Resendez, Manoj Kundakumar, Jolene Julias, Mimi Yaldram, Omid Mahmoudeh, Evangeline Kirigua, and Lucia Proctor. As tradition dictates, the USG Student Council presents a class gift that will benefit future students. This year, our class gift was inspired by students who continuously contacted us asking for a hot water dispenser that would be available after the cafeteria closed down for the day. Students at USG are known for all of the hours they put into studying, and they wanted to have the option to make their noodles, have some tea, and make some coffee on their own at no cost to them. The Student Council wanted to gift something that would support current and future students' needs while they were on campus studying. Thank you again for giving me the opportunity to serve you all, and it has been an amazing journey. Congratulations, graduates. We did it.
I am really pumped. Thank you to our USG Student Affairs team for pulling together those wonderful memories for the class of 2020. Thank you to Senator Will Smith for your inspiring words to the graduates, and to Lucia and Jorge for your fantastic remarks. And thank you to Sheanne and McCall and your fellow classmates for their wonderful words and the announcements of those class gifts, which will benefit all of the USG students who will follow you in your footsteps. Before we close our virtual celebration, I want to also acknowledge some dedicated people who help USG to succeed in its mission of providing high-quality higher education and services for students. Thank you to our USG staff and to the faculty members, program directors, and academic leaders from each of our partner universities and from the University System of Maryland. You are all an essential part of USG's success and that of the students we serve. Thank you also to our incredible USG Board of Advisors, leaders from business, government, education, and community organizations who give so much of themselves, all to benefit the students who we're so proud to serve. And thank you to our state and county elected officials whose support over the past 2 decades has allowed us to grow and thrive. One of the most recent examples of this support was the opening of our 4th academic building, a state-of-the-art biomedical sciences and engineering education center. The new BSC is enabling us to bring to the campus many cutting-edge science, technology, engineering, and medical programs from top universities throughout the state. And we are proud to announce that the BSE has just been designated as a LEED Platinum building, the highest level of sustainability that you can achieve for construction. Finally, thank you to our co-chairs for this event, the fabulous Shelby Spear and Gloria Calotra, along with all of the members of the 2020 Graduation Celebration Committee listed in your program on our website. As we come to the end of the formal part of this virtual event, a few concluding remarks to the class of 2020. Graduates, you are now a part of the USG legacy. As you go forward into your careers or pursue advanced degrees, we hope you will fondly remember your time at USG and know that you will always be a part of our community. Your association with USG will not end here. We hope you will come back often and know you will always be a member of the ever-expanding USG family. We invite you to mentor future students, attend USG events, and support scholarships so that one day another student with a similar story to yours may have the chance to accomplish his or her goal, just as you have done. You are all stars, and we are confident you will continue to shine bright. On behalf of the entire USG community, I want to wish you the very best in all your future endeavors. I know you're going to do great things in the years ahead. Congratulations, and take good care. And for all of you who are tuning in on May 8th, I hope you'll take part in the virtual after party that will follow. Thanks for watching, everyone.